When Robert Gibbs says that he's not paying any attention to this, do you believe it? Do you believe the White House is not watching this case at all?
No, I think it is dissembling, which is a polite way of saying it's a lie. Of course they're aware of this. Of course there have been discussions about this. I can't imagine that when the Attorney General makes such a controversial decision that they would not have discussed it at the White House, at least in the counsel's office, and that the press secretary is capable of getting information from the White House counsel's office or Justice Department or raising the issue to the president.
So what is the strategy here, do you think, on the part of Eric Holder and President Obama? Just keep ignoring it, don't comment on it, don't fan the flame, and it'll go away?
Sure, absolutely. They've done it successfully on other issues. Why not on this one as well? The administration has had a relatively compliant White House press corps. They've been able to stonewall on these issues and to, sort of basically thumb their nose at these issues of transparency and accountability and get away with it. Why not on this one as well?
Karl, the accusation from the other side is, look, depends on what administration's in power. Republicans, they focus on other areas of the voting rights laws. They want to make sure that that there's no voter intimidation at the polls, but the Democrats want to make sure there's adequate turnout. And so depending on who's in the White House, certain portions of the law get enforced and certain portions don't.
I disagree with that. The Justice Department is staffed mostly by career attorneys who make these decisions and make these decisions whether to prosecute or not prosecute. And it's rare that a political appointee, as in this case, steps down and says, we're not going to do this. And look, this is fundamental to our democracy.
Jay Christian Adams is a trial attorney. He wasn't a political appointee. He's a trial attorney.
No, he was a career. He was a career attorney. He made the decision.
Yeah.
He made the decision to prosecute. Originally, it was the political appointees at the Justice Department who stepped in and said, we're going to overrule you, and here's how the policy is going to go from here forward. And look, this is a fundamental part of our American democracy. How can we have confidence in the system if, in essence, the federal government says, as a matter of policy, we're going to be unconcerned if thugs of any color show up at a polling booth armed with weapons and try and intimidate voters from voting? This is worthy of a third world country run by colonels in mirrored sunglasses, not the United States of America. And this is what's so troubling. This attorney has put his entire career at risk over a fundamental principle, which is that every American has a right to vote free of intimidation and free of the kind of thuggish behavior that was caught on film.
Yeah. Well, the DOJ denies any such policy, but we leave it to our viewers to decide where the truth is. Karl, thank you.
You bet.